What's up, you beautiful people? It's your boy Trey from Trey's coming back again for another freaking YouTube video here in Vietnam. Oh, baby. What is up, everybody? Welcome to Trey's Trades. We have technical analysis of different stocks in the stock market, as well as potential buy, hold, or sell opinions on these given stocks. I'd like to preface by saying I'm not a financial advisor nor expert, so take what I say with a grain of salt. Let's get into the video. So today, my friends, my family, my fellow Gorilla Gang, we're going to give you the update on ticker symbol AMC here for the daily technicals. We're going to go over a couple different things. We're going to go over the technical analysis on the stock, what we're looking at right now, what's important, what's not. I want to go over the Ortex data, as I was asked quite a few questions on my live stream during the day today. I'm going to go over the overall short volume percentage and just the overall scheme that we were looking at here for AMC stock, because we were at a pivotal moment coming up here for what's going to be cooking up with AMC. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So first I want to address the overall Ortex data. What do we have cooking up here? Should you be concerned with some of the numbers? So the big thing is this: the utilization dropped from 100% down to 21.4%. And people went haywire. They're like, holy Toledo, man. Does this mean that all the shorts have covered their positions? And I saw this data and I thought to myself, okay, if the utilization has dropped from 100% to 21.4%, but the shares on loan has stayed relatively the same, there must be an explanation for this, right? Because not all shares on loan are gone. Not all the short interest is gone, right? It's as simple as that. So what happened is this: two different things, and they were confirmed by Ortex. I tweeted them out, my speculation, my hypothesis, and both seem to be true. The first one is this: the demand to open a new short position for AMC has significantly gone down. People don't want to loan out anymore. They don't want any more shares, right? They don't want to lend. They don't want shares lent to them to start a new short position or to, lend out again for a short position because of how risky this game is. The second is this: there are simply more available shares for lending than there were previously, right? Now keep in mind this is a T+2, so this data is lagging behind by about 2 days. So this was likely something that happened about 2 days ago, and now we are seeing the effects as it is now, right? So this is not anything to be concerned with in my personal opinion. I could be wrong, right? But to me, this just indicates that this is a risky bet, which we all know is factual, right? And secondly, that there's more shares available for lending. And if these shares get eaten up, the utilization goes back to up to 100. In the short term, this could create a situation where it becomes, you might see a little bit of selling pressure, right? But in the long term, what this does is it raises the ceiling, right? There's more opportunity for the short squeeze to truly reach its full potential. So I'm not concerned with this overall data, right? Ortex is still covering this. They still rate this as a very good overall squeezable stock. They actually wrote a story about it today, which is very freaking solid. And Ihor, if you're familiar with him, tweeted out that AMC has a 10 out of 10 squeeze potential based on different algorithms and data that is available. And he updated today saying that is still the case. So that's kind of addressing the questions and the uncertainty, the fear, the doubt about what is going on with the Ortex data. Is this something to be concerned about? And I personally believe that it is not, just based on the fact that the shares on loan is still extremely high and the short interest is staying about the same. Next, I want to go over the overall short sale volume percentage. According to yesterday, we saw that 49% of the overall volume was short volume. That comes out to 49.8 million shares. I say this every single freaking day, guys, but the numbers do not add up. And it does not take much more than simple math education to understand that if the free float of the stock is about 417 million as it sits right now, yet you see that much volume circulate on a day-to-day basis, you're very likely seeing some malpractice, some corruption, and some numbers that aren't adding up. And it's that freaking simple. The FTDs, the failure to delivers, right? The IOUs, all the naked shorting that has taken place, that stuff is compiling to where we are sitting right now, which allows them to be able to short the stock the way that they have been. So that's kind of what you're looking at in terms of the actual short interest data and what's cooking up on the stock, which is going to bring me to the actual technical analysis, the setup that we've got cooking right now. There is a very critical, pivotal moment that is taking place. Now, yesterday I mentioned this. I said we need to see a break over $14.50 to get a critical stage, a pivotal moment, which is going to lead us to the beginning, in my opinion, of the squeeze, just based on a technical breakout. Why is that 1450 level important? It is because this is a double top setup that we have seen back here in what would have been about mid-March, where we saw 2 times that AMC tried to break $14.50 and it failed to do so. So if we get that clean break over this, if you look at this on the daily candles, this becomes much more apparent with this disgusting, stupid, wide, fat, ridiculous, big George W setup and a cup and handle setup. So if we get this clean break over 1450, guys, it is going to be lights on, game day, freaking final quarter. We're going into overtime. It is time to watch this thing go to freaking stupid chicken church. So that's what I'm watching for, is that 1450 level, and that is the reasoning why. So with that being said, If you watched my live stream today, you know that I ended up doubling down on my position. I have all of the liquidity that I had available that I put into my brokerage firm here with Webull into the stock. I picked up, it comes out to now about 5,216 total shares with about $10,000 of call options. That comes out to about 77, just a hair less than 10,000, $77,677 total that I have all in on AMC. So if you wanted to watch me double down, I did it during that live stream. You get to see it now, right? My position is as is, and I will add to it as I continue to run into more money if this does not squeeze before that obviously happens. So with that being said, what are we looking at right now? This bull flag setup. We talked about why 1450 is significant. And you saw a hint, a taste at what could potentially happen if we end up getting that clean break over 1450. And to me, what we've got cooking right now is this bull flag is still being respected. You've got 1, 2, 3 different times that has respected this ascending level of support. And now they're just bounced off of this 3 times. Ultimately, what I'm expecting is a retest of $14.50. It's going to give one way or the other, and it's going to be explosive. If we end up getting a clean break over $14.50, I expect the same day, and this could happen in the after hours or the pre-market, which I anticipate is where you're going to see the majority, the bulk of the big moves that come out of AMC stock. I think you're going to see it happen. It could happen in the after hours of pre-market in 1450 like we saw right here. And if it holds and sustains that for a full day, right, it continues to either consolidate or have trend continuation, not a dump like you saw here, right? Trend continuation over $14.50. I expect to see a pretty major drastic move. We are continuing to respect this bull flag. We've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 triple top setup at 1430, a double top setup at 1450. We just need to get that freaking clean break. Based on the overall trend of this bull flag and how it is beginning to form up, what do I expect is going to happen, right? There's a couple ways this can play out. You can see it either A, break it in the after hours, B, break it in the pre-market, or C, you're going to see a divergence point on this ascending level of support and this level of resistance at 1450. And I think tomorrow, whether it's for the green or whether it's for the red, it's going to be an explosive day. Based on the previous trend, based on the fact that we've been green for 8 straight days in a row, I'm more inclined to believe that it's going to be for the upside, but you need to be prepared for both case scenarios, right? So I actually ended up picking up some call options for June 18th for the $15 strike and the $25 strike. I believe that there's a good chance of both of these coming in the money. They're making some good cash. Those $25 strikes are risky. Just keep that in the back of your mind. But nonetheless, I am bullish enough to believe that it is going to make that move sometime in the next week or so. Furthermore, I think it's going to happen tomorrow. That's my personal belief, right? So with that being said, I think you're likely going to see a bounce off this ascending level support and a retest of 1450 either in the after hours, the pre-market, or the regular market hours tomorrow. And if it gets that break, you're looking at $17, $18, $20, $21 intraday, same day, in my personal opinion, just based on how bullish this is and how pivotal of a moment that overall level is going to be. We still have the 15 EMA hooking away from that 200 EMA. It's actually hooking in just a little bit here today because we did see that sell-off and consolidation from the pre-market leading into regular market hours. But the name of the game today was consolidation, right? Rips consolidate, rip consolidate, rip consolidate, setting higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows continuously. That is as bullish as a stock can possibly get. That stair-stepping effect, right? Those rips followed by consolidation, setting new floors, establishes levels of support, stair by stair by stair by stair, so that we can continue to reach those new higher highs and ultimately bring us to the trigger of the short squeeze, right? So that's kind of what you're looking at here as of right now. The volume on the day was absolutely beautiful. We love seeing this trend continuation. In fact, we ended up seeing more overall volume than we saw yesterday. Albeit we were barely green today, it was still another green day. 8 straight green days on AMC stock is absolutely beautiful. The volume is sticking around. And I'm telling you, this breaks over 1450 and you're going to see volume like you have not seen in a very freaking long time. I'm talking 300, 400, 500 million total shares trading on single days. I'm expecting that fully with no conservation. I absolutely believe we're going to see stupid volatility, stupid liquidity, new money, new retail investors that pump into this if and when we get a break over $14.50. With that being said, what happens if we don't break 1450? I want to prepare you for the worst case and the best case scenario. The worst case scenario is this, right? The best case, obviously, we get a break over 1450 and it starts its rip. Worst case to me is we end up getting a retracement, and I don't think it's going to be as bad now that we have a new overall high, but you get a retracement somewhere between this 50 to 61.8% retracement on the stock. Now, why do I think this? Just based on previous trends, this is about the overall strength that you see out of AMC stock when it ends up making retracements and pullbacks on the chart. I previously said that I think it's going to pull back to about 1170 to 1270 or so, about that dollar range, but I now believe, just based on that new overall high at 1580, that you can see it between 1220 and 1289. If it does end up pulling back off of this new high of $15.80, it does not come and follow through with this bull flag setup. Don't be scared, right? If it ends up pulling back to that 1220 to 1289 range, that's just going to be establishing that floor and slowly stair-stepping its way up, consolidating for a while, likely between this pullback zone, if it pulls back to that pullback zone, right, that's just going to get us ready for that next retest of 1450. I am 90% confident that you are way more likely to see that retest of 1450 and a clean break over it, but that is ultimately what we're waiting on, right? We need that clean break over 1450, and the reason why we didn't have that sustainability today is because it happened in the pre-market and after hours, right? After hours, pre-market, this is a little bit different because there's not as much volume and not as much liquidity getting pumped into the stock during those periods of time. But nonetheless, that's what I'm hoping for, my friends. I really, really want to see that sustained effort and momentum over $14.50 leading into tomorrow. That honestly, to me, is going to be the pivotal day. Tomorrow is going to be a massive, 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 massive day based purely on the technicals, based purely on the fact that you've got this bull flag setup, ascending level of support that is going to be diverging with this overall level of resistance at about $14.50. And I'm telling you, we get this break. We get this freaking break over $14.50 and it holds it. You better be ready for the most stupid, ridiculous lemon pepper tendies that you've ever tasted it in your entire life. And that's what I've got for the video today. So blah, blah, blah. I know the whole spiel. Drop a like, consider subscribing, the whole 9 yards. That's what I've got for you guys. So thanks for watching, my friends, my family, my fellow Gorilla Gang. Catch you on the next one. Much love and peace.